Hello everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. And in today's video I want to show you one of my recently finished journals. This is my cafes journal, like a collection of different cafes and restaurants in Sweden that I've been to and that I really liked and would like to go again. Basically my favorite places in my town where I live, in Kristianstad, and also in some other cities in Sweden that I visit often, like Gothenburg, Stockholm and Malmö. I started this journal around the time when this notebook came out, this Traveler's Diner notebook, and when I saw this cover I thought that it would be cool to have something kind of related to the theme of the cover, so I decided to start a journal dedicated to my favorite cafes. And first I thought that it will be only cafes, that I will collect only cafes in this journal, so basically places for coffee and cake or something like that. But at some point I decided not to limit myself to only 2 cafes, but also include here my favorite restaurants, favorite bars, and basically anything food related, any places that I liked. And in this notebook I have only the places that I really liked and that I want to visit again. I didn't add here like every single place that I visited in my town or other cities in Sweden. I didn't add here those places that I didn't like or that were maybe like okay, but nothing really special. So only the favorites. And now this journal is finished, so basically it's a little collection of my favorite places in Sweden. I really like to have it in this special insert that came together with this notebook. So now I will show you a quick flip through of the finished journal. Maybe it also will inspire you to start your own journal dedicated to your favorite places, like your favorite cafes or restaurants. And I had this journal for about 2 years, I think, or maybe a bit more than 2 years. And yeah, I really like how it turned out and really like to have all these nice places here. So basically what I did, I always wrote a name of the place, an address, and like street and where is it exactly, because it's not only in my town but also in other places in Sweden. Opening hours and also on the things that I had there, like kind of some of my favorites there, and shortly wrote about the place, like atmosphere of the place, what exactly I liked about the place, and yeah, like why I liked this place and something like that. And about some places I wrote more, some places a bit less, and also always printed photos from my visit or visits to this place. So sometimes it's photos just from one visit, even if I went there multiple times. Sometimes it's just from different days. And yeah, these are basically the places that I definitely want to go again. And I like to have all of them in this journal, like all of them together, to refer back and see which places I visited, especially in other cities in Sweden where I go regularly but where I don't live, and like where maybe I would like to go again. So I would say it's kind of like half of the places are in my town and half in some other cities and towns in Sweden. And the town where I live is quite small, so there are not that many places. There's not so many cafes and restaurants, and I've been to most of them, I think, up to this point, and I have some favorites. But yeah, I thought that this journal will be just too much, like too big just for places in my town. And that's why I decided to include more places, like pretty much all the places, all the cafes or restaurants or bars in Sweden that I liked and where I would like to go again. Yeah, so like first half of this journal up to this point, I think it's only cafes, some coffee and cake places. And from this point I also decided to include restaurants and bars and pretty much everything, like every place that I really liked. And I have a little collection of coffee themed stationery, like coffee, cakes, pastries, and also some food themed stickers that I like to use in this journal. I put it together in a little box, and this is kind of like a box for this journal. And yeah, I really like this idea, and I like that I managed to finish this journal and fill it with all these nice places, and now I just can put it on the shelf and sometimes refer back to it and just go through it again and see maybe I would like to visit some of the places again that I didn't visit already in a while. And like even now flipping through this journal, I just remembered this very nice fish restaurant in a small village at the coast. It's not very far from where I live, but I think it's opened mainly in summer and spring, and this was a really cool place. It was a beautiful sea view, very tasty fish dishes, and I would like to go there again, definitely. And I kind of forgot about it already. This place was very cool. It's in Lund, and it's a Alice in Wonderland themed cafe. We had a really nice tea party there, and this is also the place where I want to go again for sure. It's very beautifully decorated, and yeah, kind of one of my favorites in Lund. The only thing that you always have to book in advance because it's always full. It's a very popular place. Also added here some of my favorite breweries around. This is Aarhus brewery, not very far also from where I live, and this is like a brewery and restaurant. They have a very nice food there, and also nice craft beers from a tiny local brewery. And at some point that I noticed that I definitely need more food stickers, like not only coffee and cakes, because I have plenty of those. I have like really lots of coffee themed stickers, cakes, and some sweets and pastries, but I don't really have many food themed stickers. So I thought it would be cool to get some more food stickers for decorating pages about restaurants and bars, because coffee stickers don't really fit sometimes. Not to every place, because some places even don't have coffee. It's more like restaurants, bars, cocktail bars and stuff like that. And this last 3 pages, I think this one, and this I made recently on the weekend. I already had the photos printed and everything ready, but I just put everything together and added this last 3 places. And sometimes it takes me a while to add a new place here, so I don't do it like right away after I went to some place. Sometimes it can take me up to a few months to add the new place that I visited, to print photos and decorate it and write something about it. But I always put the photos that I want to print in a separate folder, and then sometime go back to it. And this is the last place in this journal, and this was a restaurant where I went on my birthday actually last year. It's like a wine bar and restaurant. It was very cool. It was very tasty food and a really big selection of wines. So yeah, now this insert is finished and I'm really happy about it, and I definitely will come back to it from time to time. And also now flipping through it, I noticed that unfortunately some of these places don't exist anymore, which is sad. Like for example this one, this was my favorite cafe in Gothenburg inside my favorite bookshop. And bookshop still exists, and bookshop is a very famous place there, especially for all the fantasy nerds like me, because it's a fantasy bookshop. It's specialized only on fantasy books. And inside there was an awesome cafe, but unfortunately the cafe is closed now, and I don't think that they will open it again. And yeah, it's really sad, but this is also like a good way of memory keeping, that there was that cafe sometime and that I really liked it. And another place that I loved in my town actually, where is it? Let's see. Yeah, this one. This is a Ukrainian cafe in my town. And it opened in the beginning of last year in January, and unfortunately this January, in the beginning of the year, it closed. I don't know why it closed, but it doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. And I really liked this place very much. I went there very often, like regularly, at least once a month, sometimes even more, like sometimes even every week. Because this was pretty much the only place where I could get some Ukrainian food, some traditional food of my home country, and it was really good. So yeah, I still feel really sad about it, that it closed. I don't know, maybe it was not really possible to keep it running in such a small town, especially because here we have already quite many different cafes, like an older cafes, and I feel like many people who live here for the longer time tend to go to the same places, like to those old cafes that are there already for like 10, 20, 30 years. And for new places it's hard to survive here, hard to be successful, so maybe that's the reason, but I don't know. But yeah, it's really sad, but also good that I added it here, and like I have this page dedicated to it here. Nice memories, definitely. Yeah, so this is my finished journal with cafes and restaurants and bars in Sweden. And I wasn't sure if I want to start another journal like this. If I can fill another full insert, because as I said, most of the places in my town where I've been to most of the places here, and those that are not here, I didn't really like them, and I just don't really want to add them to this collection, because that's my favorites, as I said. So I wasn't sure if I will manage to finish another like a full insert like this, but I still wanted to continue with it because I really like this kind of journaling. So I decided to use this accordion fold paper insert from Traveler's Company as my next cafes, restaurants journal. This one is like way smaller, and I think this one will be better choice, because now I don't want to start adding the same places that I already have in this journal. This is only for new places. So I started this one, and yeah, it's not very big. Like it's both sides, but it's not very big, and I like that. Like sometimes maybe I can use just one page per cafe or new place, sometimes two, sometimes three, and I already added here this first place that didn't fit in this journal. This is a Sherlock Holmes themed cocktail bar in Malmö. I didn't journal about it yet, but I already added all the pictures and decorated the pages. So yeah, I want to continue with this kind of journaling, just a bit in a different format. Let's see how long I will need to fill this accordion insert, because that's way less pages than in this one. So let's see how it goes, but I really like this fun format, like to unfold it then and see which places I visited. And it's not related like to a specific year or anything. I just want it to be a collection of favorite places again. I've been to this cocktail bar last year, also sometime before my birthday. So yeah, it's not like only for this year or something like that, but basically just for any new place that I really liked, I'm going to add it here. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope you liked this flip through and maybe it inspired you to start your own journal about your favorite cafes. It's a really fun way to memory keep about those special places, nice cozy places that you like. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you in my next videos. Bye!